Hello and welcome. You're tuned in to Market Code, your business identifier, and we're broadcasting live through the Muslim channel here at the .NET Broadcasters Studios at the Hub. Now we have quite a couple of activities that happen here at the Hub. We have the DBS, we are broadcasters and we do live streaming. We are a production house, outdoor broadcasting, name it. Not forgetting Nana Cakes for all your pastry needs. We got you sorted. Now just call the number on your screen and we'll be definitely able to get to you. Now tonight on the Market Code is me, Shadrach Shagaf Kisame, and of course I'm joined by my sister Hajara Ashaba. Now tonight we're going to be... Hi Hajara.
Hi Shadrach, thank you for hosting me once again.
So tonight I want us, Hajara, to be talking about, you see, as China broadens its wings into the African continent, most of the African economies are infested with Chinese commodities. Now as we dig deep and we are
successful automobile industry, so I would actually favor Turkey if I was interested in an export-import sort of transactions.
Exactly. Now, you're talking about how big their automotive industry is. Right next here, we're going to have call live in Turkey. And on the show tonight, we're going to make sure that the people see. There's one of the guys there. He's an investor. He has an automotive company. He has a big, massive automobile production company. So you discover that what you're actually saying is correct. He's one of the many that are actually in that business.
Yeah. So I mean, there are countries say situated in places where Turkey is. They get to do things we do not do, given their geographical advantage. And they don't produce things that we do produce. For example, as an African, as Uganda as a country, we would rather be agricultural. But you have people here that are going to give you something quality. The distance is nearer. The states and so the taxes that you have to deal with, they are limited compared to when you're shipping in something from China.
Something from far,
and then you have an establishment like the Muslim channel that has the links to get the Ugandan market and the Ugandans interested in having in Turkish products.
Let's just before we actually bring them in right now, are Ugandans ready for these investors to come in? And because these guys have already their products, they have their money. Let's say, for instance, Ibrahim, whom we're going to be having shortly, if he says, hey, I want to bring my automobile or automotive plant in Uganda, are we ready for such kind of investments?
You know, over the years, Uganda has been pointed at as an investment hub before COVID hit. But as long as they normally say that it's actually simpler for foreigners to get incentives like tax holidays compared to Ugandans. So me, if I was a Turkish investor, I would know that Uganda is quite the destination because it is a growing economy. People need these delivery trucks, for example, that Turkey is known for exporting. And there is a raw market in Uganda. So why not just go? I would find it rather advantageous.
A country that has reached nearly 66% of its manufacturing capacity. This is huge.
And here is Turkey trying to wrestle out giants that have been in market for long. You are the 29th largest exporter, but you need to do better. And there are markets like Africa. Africa is considered as the next big market of the world. So you have Africa. Africa is fresh. Why not take your services close? I would rather find it advantageous.
Shortly before we bring them in, do you think we are ready for their expensive products? Because China is relatively cheap, but Turkey, I doubt.
You know, there is relatively cheap. Then there is how efficient are the relatively cheap products. And for Ugandans that understand what ought to be done, they actually Ugandans normally go out of their way to get things from Europe, to get things from the United States, or high-end Chinese products that are rather expensive but quality. So if you can have someone setting up an establishment in Uganda that brings closer those, I would think Ugandans are ready.
All right.
Yeah.
So right now, after the break, we're going to have the investors come live in. We're going to be having the automobile you just talked about. Ibrahim, he has a big plant. You're going to be seeing it. Actually, let's get them. Then the producer will at least show us what Anwar Auto World does. Now, do not go away. After the break, we go live in Turkey. We touch down. To be having shortly, if he says, hey, I want to bring my automobile or automotive plant in Uganda, are we ready for such kind of investments?
Do produce. For example, as an African, as Uganda as a country, we would rather be agricultural. But you have people here that are going to give you something quality. The distance is nearer. The states and so the taxes that you have to deal with, they are limited compared to when you're shipping in something from China.
Something from far,
and then you have an establishment like the Muslim Channel that has the links to get the Ugandan market and the Ugandans interested in having in Turkish products.
Let's just before we actually bring them in right now, are Ugandans ready for this business?
So I mean, there are countries situated in places where Turkey is. They get to do things we do not do, given their geographical advantage. And they don't produce things that we do produce. For example, as an African, as Uganda as a country, we would rather be agricultural. But you have people here that are going to give you something quality. The distance is nearer. The states and so the taxes that you have to deal with, they are limited compared to when you're shipping in something from China.
Something from far,
and then you have an establishment like the Muslim Channel that has the links to get the Ugandan market and the Ugandans interested in having in Turkish products.
Let's just before we actually bring them in right now, are Ugandans ready for these investors to come in? And because these guys have already their products, they have their money. Let's say, for instance, Ibrahim, whom we're going to be having shortly, if he says, hey, I want to bring my automobile or automotive plant in Uganda, are we ready for such kind of investments?
You know, over the years, Uganda has been pointed at as an investment hub before COVID hit. But as long as they normally say that it's actually simpler for foreigners to get incentives like tax holidays compared to Ugandans. So me, if I was a Turkish investor, I would know that Uganda is quite the destination because it is a growing economy. People need these delivery trucks, for example, that Turkey is known for exporting, and there is a raw market in Uganda. So why not just go? I would find it rather advantageous.
A country that has reached nearly 66% of its manufacturing capacity. This is huge.
Yeah, and here is Turkey trying to wrestle out giants that have been in market for long.
Yeah.
You are the 29th largest exporter,
yeah.
But you need to do better.
Yeah, yeah.
And there are markets like Africa. Africa is considered as the next big market of
yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
So you have Africa. Africa is fresh. Why not take your services closer? I would rather find it advantageous.
Shortly before we bring them in, do you think we are ready for their expensive products? Because China is relatively cheap, but Turkey, I doubt.
You know, there is relatively cheap.
Yeah.
Then there is how efficient are the relatively cheap products.
Right.
And for Ugandans that understand what ought to be done, they actually Ugandans normally go out of their way to get things from Europe, to get things from the United States, or high-end Chinese products that are rather expensive but quality. So if you can have someone setting up an establishment in Uganda that brings closer those, I would think Ugandans are ready.
All right.
Yeah.
So right now, after the break, we're going to have the investors come live in. We're going to be having the automobile you just talked about. Ibrahim, he has a big plant. You're going to be seeing it. Actually, let's get them. Then the producer will at least show us what Anwar Auto World does. Now, do not go away. After the break, we go live in Turkey with Touchdown. And welcome back. It's still the market code, your business identifier. Now this is an exclusive. We are live in Turkey, but from Uganda here at the .NET Broadcasters Studios. Now I want to welcome Mr. Mustafa and Mr. Ibrahim. Mr. Mustafa, if you could just say hello to the people and introduce the general manager for Unwa Automobile.
Thank you very much, brother, for first of all, and I would like and thank you very much for interesting Muslim channel.
Yep. Okay, so could you tell Mr. Ibrahim to greet us in Turkish? We shall understand. Let him say hi to the people.
İbrahim abi bir insanlara merhaba bir merhaba de abi.
Merhaba, merhabalar. Bu yayına bize katılma şansınız için çok teşekkür ediyoruz firmamız adına. İnşallah hayırlı olur.
He said for everybody and hi, hello. This program for and first of all, would like and thank you very much for interesting Mr. Mkana.
All right. All right, Mr. Mustafa, I have a question or two for Mr. Ibrahim. And the question would be if he can kindly explain to the people who are watching the quality of his products, and then also to help the people understand that is there any other African countries that they have operations in as UNWAL, where they have had successful projects before maybe they launch in Uganda?
Abi diyor ki ürünler ve üretim hakkı kalite standart şeyleri yani kalite derecelerini soruyor. Ondan sonra diyor ki bir de diyor yani insanlarımız hakkında diyor bu ürünleri diyor nasıl diyor lanse edebilirsiniz anlamında soru soruyor abi.
Öncelikle ürünlerimizi yüksek teknoloji makine parkurumuzla üretimi sağlıyoruz. Üretim kalitemizde zaten kalite belgelerimizde Alman akreditasyonlu DAX, Alman akreditasyonlu DAX belgelerimizle kalite politikasıyla da yürütüyoruz. Ürünlerimize güveniyoruz. Son derece kaliteli ürün çünkü ürünlerde döküm aşamasından üretim ham madde aşamasından ve talaşlı imalatına kadar kendi elimizden geçiyor ürünler. Bu kadar.
He said and we trust and our products and we using and the last technology even in third patent even and from Germany patent we produce it from in Germany.
Okay.
And our product is and less technology and less quality.
Oh, okay. So what are some of the countries in Africa that they are dealing in already? Would Uganda be the first one, or they have other African countries and markets where they have their products already?
I can answer this question. I know because under this company I'm CEO.
Yes.
We acting and some African country, South Sudan, Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Africa, Libya, Chad. We exporting, but we want to enter in marketing. So we didn't sell it in Uganda, these auto parts. But we want to enter and Uganda.
Okay, so I want you to finally ask Mr. Ibrahim for me that what is that maybe one reason why they chose Uganda to invest in Uganda, and do they think that Uganda is ready for UNWA Auto World?
Uganda marketing is, we know, and very market. We want to enter, but quality is less quality and very best quality we produce. But we don't explain. They don't know and the Turkish quality. Ugandan people, Ugandan business people, they don't know and the Turkish and the product. What can we do? We want to enter, but Uganda market for we and very important.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Mustafa. If you could kindly tell Mr. Ibrahim to give us and the people watching his last few words as we get ready, the manager for Libero.
Okay.
All right, if the producer can give me more of what Onwa World does, those spare parts, Hajara, if you saw, they do from the assembling to the packaging. It's a very interesting process. So if the producer can give us that maybe, and the people could watch what these brilliant gentlemen are actually doing down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Mustafa, can you still hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you now.
All right, Mr. Mustafa, thank you very much for presenting Mr. Ibrahim. If we can get someone else in manufacturing, I've heard of Libero. Is the manager ready so we talk to him also?
Okay. Okay.
As we wait for the Libero to come in, Hajara, from the video that we watched, do you think Uganda will ever get there?
I think it's going to take us quite some time.
All right, the manager for Libero is here. Mr. Mustafa, could you kindly introduce this gentleman? Thank you very much for bringing him on.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
He speak English.
Oh, he speaks English. Brilliant. Hi, how are you, sir?
Yes, and he can.
We are
You
okay.
can speak and
It's our pleasure to join to your program. I am Emrah from Turkey. I represent Libero Shoes.
Okay.
We present 100% leather shoes in Turkey.
Yeah.
A part of Turkey, it's called Konya. We are a big manufacturers in Turkey about shoes.
Okay, nice to meet you. Now, myself is Shadrach, and my colleague Hajara here. We want to just interact with you about the shoe processing company and your future plans and intentions, not just for Uganda, but the market of Africa in general. If you could just give your overview about your quality of product, the shoes that you make. What is the quality, and assure Ugandans about your quality?
First of all, we are already in African market. We send our shoes to, at the moment, we send our shoes to Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, and Mali, Chad, and some north part of African countries as well. Africa has a huge opportunity for all fields, and also for us for shoes. And Turkish products are likely welcomed in Africa. People like Turkish products, believe in quality of Turkish products. Our intention is to grow in African market, especially in Uganda. We want to see Uganda as our base in East Africa, especially. We want Uganda to be our key to whole of Africa. And we are aware of the huge potential in Uganda as well. It's easy to.
Okay, right there, we're
and
going to see what
opportunities as well.
Libero does.
So let's
their
see.
shoes.
We hope we will grow in the market.
Okay, so let's have the people watch your shoes, your factory in Turkey. Then we come back, then we will discuss more. Let the people watch.
Okay.
All right, now those are some of the products right there that Libero manufactures. Extremely brilliant things they're doing there, right, Hajara?
Yeah, I would say, but I have a question for the gentleman.
Yeah.
Why Uganda?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did they take an interest in exporting to Uganda in particular?
Yeah, he's actually still online. Can you still hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you please repeat the question?
Yeah, so Hajara, if you can repeat the question for him.
The question was why the interest in the Ugandan market particularly?
Because we believe that Ugandan market is easy to access. Through Ugandan market is easy to access whole of Africa. It's easy to communicate people in Uganda as well. We have tried our shoes in Uganda and we have got some good feedbacks in the market. That's why we would like to be in Ugandan market.
All right. So the Ugandans here want their shoes really cheap. And your shoes are good quality and they seem slightly expensive. Are you going to compromise quality and make for them what is fit for their budget? How are you going to play around the pricing?
Now, of course, when the shoes are quality and 100% leather, you can't play with the pricing. You have a limitation. So when you bring out quality shoes, of course, the price will be equal to the quality. You cannot sell or you cannot give to your shoes to all Uganda, of course. Every thing has a buyer. So of course, for our quality, our clients will come for the quality.
All right. So maybe just to also cut that, don't you think you want to set up maybe the same plant here in Uganda to reduce the costs of maybe taxes that make them expensive? Do you have that in plan?
Why not? We can put in that in the future plans. For now, of course, we want to see the more feedbacks from Africa, from the countries that we sell. But of course, we can put that in our future plans as well, because our government, Turkish government, is supporting in many fields for exporting. As you see in the video, Libero is a big company in Turkey. We produce 100% leather shoes and we export to over 36, 37 countries.
Yeah.
We are in Africa, in Europe, in United States, and as well. Of course, Africa is a huge market, and to access into the market and bring a base in Uganda, that's also in our plans.
Okay, now maybe you want to give your final remarks to all the Ugandans and everyone in the world who is watching you via mobile as we sign out.
First of all, we are really thankful about the support that they show in our shoes. We are after our shoes. I mean, we produce quality of shoes. When they across with Libero shoes, do not think twice. Go for the quality. You will not be disappointed with the shoes. And Turkish products, seriously, you know what? I am just. It's not. What's our aim? We represent our country as well. Us Turkish people do something out. We represent our country. So if I send cheap and not good quality things, later on people will think that Turkish qualities are not good. Money is not problem for us. Of course, people are doing business. They have to make money and stuff. But for us, we don't want people to think bad about Turkish quality and Turkey as well. So that's why we do our best and good quality.
Okay, thank you very much for talking to us. Until next time, I think me and Hajara would actually come sometime in Turkey and we'll do this live at the factory.
You are welcome.
Okay, now we go for a short break. When we come back, we still talk more of Turkey, business, investment, export, money. It's the market code, your business identifier. Do not go away. Now you're still on the market code, your business identifier, live here on the Muslim channel at the .NET Broadcasters Studios here at the Hub place, because there are a lot of activities going on here. Now you've heard from the horse's mouth, the manufacturers are ready, they've assured us of quality. Hajara, why should Ugandans be excited about what these men just told us?
If you look, first of all, with me, it's quality.
Yeah.
I think I find what the Chinese are solution providers.
Yeah.
You do not have enough money, but you need the product. Okay. Germany needs the product.
Yeah.
Uganda needs the product.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is manufacture the quality that Germany can afford.
Yeah.
Then manufacture the quality that Uganda can
afford. Yeah.
We know what comes out of consumption of substandard quality.
Yeah.
People get sick.
Yeah.
Then you buy buy products that you're not going to find satisfaction
Right.
in. So if you are going to have a non-discriminatory producer and manufacturer,
Yeah.
I think that's something to be excited about.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, you are about to deal with a factory or producers or manufacturers that are coming from a country that, whose output, 42% of it is consumed by Europe.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, the fact is that those people, countries like Germany, countries like UK, countries like France, they consume quality products.
But they are
test-
richer economies.
Yes, they are richer economies.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is why if someone is producing and they are taking it, because Turkey does not resound like USA.
Yeah, right,
Country
right.
sounds like a country like Iran, like
Yeah.
those medium countries.
Yeah, yeah.
But then 42 of its products are taken in by very rich countries.
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
speaks to the quality
Of-
of,
yes,
the,
yes,
of the country and
yes.
its producing.
Yeah.
So if you can have such exporting to Uganda,
Yeah.
it means you have an alternative to other European markets.
Yeah, yeah.
And who knows, there is a demand, then there is a supply that is coming in from several countries, all of which produce quality. The
Yeah.
prices may actually come down for Ugandans. I think it's a plus. And then
Yeah.
there is the third and most important part,
Yeah.
where people get to learn. Those who want to learn could learn from such plants if established.
Right here.
And you have Ugandans employed
Yes.
by that.
Yes.
And to those of us that have political minds, you have taxes coming in. At a time like this, there is COVID, we're going to have post-COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
Some companies are pulling out, things are tough. You need taxpayers coming in.
Right, right.
So Uganda actually is the one to gain from such initiatives coming in.
Because I asked the man from Libero, the manager, he says they're not compromising quality and they're not cutting costs. How does the future look like for them in a country like Uganda?
I would assume
Yeah.
that they are the business people. The code of business is taking risks.
Yeah.
But then we're in a capitalistic world.
Yeah, yeah.
They would have somewhere to gain from.
Yeah.
I think they may lessen the prices, but they may not lessen them as much as how we acquire the shoes that have been, say, made from here or Kenya.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
cannot be that cheap. But they make shoes at prices that are not too exorbitant,
Yeah.
so those interested can acquire them. What I know about Arabs,
Yeah.
or I'm going to scratch that and say Muslims.
Yeah.
What I know about them is that if they're going to give you something,
Yeah.
it's something that is going to be uncompromised. So if they tell you that we are coming in and we are going to produce quality,
Yeah.
then the biggest likelihood is that they are going to produce quality.
So does this open a door for the Ugandans here to access Turkey? Do we see a lot of Ugandans going to Turkey either to trade or to, to buy things or sell things? What then happens to the import-export situation for Uganda and Turkey?
Normally, trade has a lot of quid pro quo
Yeah,
platforms.
yeah, yeah.
That if we are exporting, then we're going to have to import.
Yeah.
It may be labor. We have seen an influx of Ugandans going to the Middle East, Turkey inclusive,
Yeah.
by the way. And now you have them taking part in establishing their plants here.
Yeah, yeah.
That would mean that there are Ugandan raw materials. There are things we produce here that are actually of quality. We have coffee.
Yeah.
We have tea. We have animal products.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have things that Turkey may not have known,
Yeah.
but can now have Ugandan exporting there. So it is going to open doors
Yeah.
to Ugandan businesses, either going for employment or exporting
The
to
products,
Turkey
yeah.
itself.
Before I actually ask you what this means for government, now for you who is watching and you've seen what is happening in Turkey, you'd want to be part of it, you'd want to go to Turkey, reach out at the .net Broadcaster Studio or here at the Hub offices. There's an agency that works in line with that. We are at Salama Road in Munyonyo. It bridges between businesses to businesses, and they can help you actually bridge out that gap. Some people actually do not know how to locate investors. They don't know how to locate these manufacturers face to face. But this, the .net agency, it matches industries, and it's an international scale.
So it's much like a middleman or some sort of
exactly.
link. Yeah,
So they link them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my point of appreciation for actually what this particular show would be that there are people that don Turkish clothes. They are quality clothes. They are beautiful. And perhaps the market has not broadened in Uganda yet because people did not have the means of reaching out to producers, to manufacturers, to exporters from Turkey. But you have a platform like this that is going to generate employment for Ugandans that want to have such clothes come in, or shoes, or be it the automobiles that we talked about earlier.
Now, for instance, there was a video going on for the machinery, the high-level intensive machinery that is going on. It's quite expensive. I doubt Ugandans can operate these things. Let's say, for instance, the Libero guy we just talked to for shoes sets up a plant here. Do Ugandans need to train? What is the situation? What needs to happen?
Normally, see, even if you go through 20 years of school, we get to jobs and we find out that we need on-job training.
Right.
Yeah, but I think that Ugandans can actually be skilled to take part in these activities, because when these guys come to establish plants here in Uganda, there is a lot of government laxity that I don't appreciate. You're supposed to task these companies to have a particular percentage of Ugandans employed. You say, for example, 40% is going to be employed, you employ the locals, 60% you bring in your people. So if you have such an establishment, Ugandans would get on-job training, or once such a requirement, once you have such plans, such schools show up. Someone sets up a school, for example, an establishment like .NET Hub. They establish a school and they say, we are training people that are going to be participating in automobile manufacturing or assembling. And you have such business going on in Uganda.
Correct. Before we wind up the discussion, what does this mean to government? What we just showcased right now, these manufacturers are ready. They said, hey, we want to set up shop. What does this mean to government?
When we were starting the show, we started with what the GDP and GDP per capita of Turkey is. That is something for the government.
Close to $750 billion. That's so much money.
$754 billion. And Uganda is on 35 point something. If you look at the GDP per capita, the Turkish GDP of the people and what they put out, it is $9,000.
Wow.
The Ugandan one is $700. $700. That is the margin. It's something that the government should look at and bow down in shame, because 36 years and there is a country like Turkey. And so the Ugandan government has to learn, first of all, lesson. Don't you want to be like Turkey? That should be our first lesson. Second, businesses are running out. But you have these ones, they're interested. So have them in, but learn from your mistakes. Make sure they employ your people. Make sure they don't mistreat Ugandans. Make sure they don't underpay Ugandans. And make sure that the quality being produced is the quality they promised. You be on the side of your citizens as a government. Otherwise, these are revenue-generating businesses. They should be encouraged to set up here.
All right. It's been a lovely discussion. But maybe as we wind up, there's a lot to discuss. But their population is close to 100 million. It's 86 million people, and Uganda is just 50 million. Don't you think the population gap could contribute to why they are in that place?
The disparity? Oh, please, if we were discussing China, and we say they are 1 billion people, you could produce that as an excuse. But man, we are more than half of their population. We are good market, but we don't even manufacture.
There's no excuse
here.
There's no excuse.
There is no excuse. You have a government that is milking Ugandans. Those that have tried having startup businesses, really small, they tax them to
Uganda is the most enterprising country in the world. But these businesses never see their first birthday. 6 months.
Exactly, because I do not know what the reason is, but they make sure that they hemorrhage the young businesses with taxes. So it's not a population factor. It is a governance factor.
Governance factor.
Yes.
Hajara, if we don't stop you here, you will continue. it was about the tax. Thank you very much for tuning in to Market Code, your business identifier. Anything to do with money, economics, business. We are here to bridge that gap, industry to industry, business to business. Now, from me and the entire .NET Broadcaster Studio Management would like to sign out. We would like to say good night, good luck, adios.